Hi everyone. For anyone who's been reading this, I'm alive and well, but far from safe. Let me reiterate what happened last night, as I never got a chance to explain it to you. So, as my neighbor and I were waiting for the coast to be clear, I saw my garage door open at approximately 3:27 a.m. And right then and there, my neighbor and I booked it to his car. As we were leaving, I saw the light turn on in my bathroom. And I nearly threw up, realizing how easily he got in and how I had just been a sitting duck an hour prior. I've been reliving this image in my mind over and over of how it would have gone down if I stayed in my house. My neighbors would have called me telling me he was in my driveway, and I would have heard my garage door opening with this sense of dread, knowing I was absolutely fucked. Once we were in the car, we sped off straight to the police station. Police gave me the usual rundown of questions in this type of situation, like whether I knew this man and when and where my first encounter with him was, and whether I can identify his car or if I managed to write down his license plate. I told them he had only come 2 times prior, and that both times it was too dark to even tell with the streetlight on. When the man had parked in my driveway, one of the neighbors, who had still been on the lookout, said that she saw the car was a gray Volkswagen, but with no license plate. She went on to say she saw the man type the code in my garage. Somehow he knew it, and then he walked inside and turned on each of my lights as though he was checking the whole house. This man had stayed there for 5 minutes, according to her, and proceeded to get back into his car without taking anything, and just sped off down the street. She notified the police immediately, and they have been searching for him since then, but nothing's come up yet. We returned to find that the house had been left relatively unscathed. The police didn't even find a trace of DNA or anything like that. Whoever this man was, he was meticulous as hell, and somehow he gained the knowledge of what my garage code was. Just makes me shiver to think he may have been watching me even as I typed it early in the week. God only knows what other knowledge he has to track me down. My parents still have yet to return home from their trip, as their plane was delayed. So as right now I'm alone and still at the hotel with only a bottle of Jack Daniel to console me. Oh God. Ugh. A couple police cars have been stationed around my house looking for this guy and seeing if he shows back up. Honestly, I'm not leaving this hotel until this fucker is caught. I don't think I'll be able to even sleep tonight. I'm hoping this is the night he finally can't track me. The police have advised me to stop using any form of social media that can be indicative of where I am. That means no Snapchat, no Instagram, no Facebook, nothing. They told me that I can use my laptop as long as I remain as low profile as possible. This means all I can do now is wait for the police to call me and tell me that the stalker has been caught. Now, to just keep my brain occupied, I'm gonna try to figure out who this guy might be and why he might be stalking me. I came up with 3 theories. My 9th grade Italian teacher. So, I went to a private school, and this teacher had basically been one of the biggest lunatics I'd ever met in a school system. He was very outspoken in the way he described politics and very mean-spirited during his time teaching. He would always make fun of students, had sometimes fallen asleep in class, and would always make perverted comments towards girls I knew. So one day, I decided to write an email to the dean asking to please fire this man from his teaching position and explaining all the unacceptable behavior he had while working. Kinda to my surprise, it actually worked, and I've never seen the man since. Now, the reason I think he could be a possibility is because he never particularly liked me. In fact, I feel as though he singled me out in a lot of instances and picked on me. I don't know if he ever found out if I sent the email, but if he did, I am extremely worried. I can't tell if it was him or not when he spoke in my backyard, as I was in full adrenaline mode while I was screaming at him. I would say this is not a likely suspect, but I'm just not sure. My Christian deacon from back in 2nd grade. I used to be part of this church program a while back when I was in elementary school. Out of all the head figures, there was one that always stood out to me. Deacon Anthony. He was a middle-aged man, very soft-spoken, and he had always been very particular and nice to me and my friend, Kevin. He would often bring us candy, talk to us about our home life, and treat us more fairly than the rest of the kids. One day, my friend Kevin had told me that Deacon Anthony had asked him if he wanted to go home with him to hang out. Kevin said no to him and told me. I told my parents about this, and they immediately contacted the church and told them about it. After that, I never saw Deacon Anthony again. My parents later told me that they had contacted the board and he was removed from the church. If this is the guy, he must have had some massive personality shift after the incident, because the way he happily told me to have a nice day did not match up with the one he had when I was younger. My classmate, Derek, from 8th grade. Derek was one of those insecure types who would always get off to making other people feel small. He was your standard 8th grade middle school shit-eater who deserved nothing but a good ass whooping, which unfortunately never came. However, what did happen was I had started a rumor about him that I wish to not bring up, but it pretty much ruined his reputation and made him a laughingstock of the whole school. He never found out it was from me, as far as I can tell. But from what I heard from my hometown while I went off to private school, is that at our local public high school, the rumor hadn't stopped. And he turned into one of those quiet kids who never talked. Keep in mind, this kid literally had told my whole friend group to stop hanging out with me. So as far as I can tell, this revenge was extremely justified in my mind. This may in fact be the prime suspect, as he would most likely know where I live. I tried finding any sort of social media about him, but nothing came up. This guy's a ghost, and I have no idea what he's been up to. Some complete stranger who I have no association with. Maybe this is just a genuine old school stalker who takes pride in picking out their prey from a random crowd. No one I have seen in this town from the past week has seemed particularly odd. The only one that comes to mind was this weird cashier at the local 7-Eleven, who seemed particularly in love with his job. He may have some form of Asperger's syndrome, or maybe just takes pride in being a cashier, but he was always very polite with his customers when he had been interacting with them. I'd gone in to get a soda from the fountain, and as the store was empty, he had asked me, "Hey, is that all you're getting?" I said, "Yeah, this is all." "Oh, well, congratulations, it's free." I thanked him a ton as he was smoking a cigarette outside, and I said, "Have a good one," and left. Now, I know what all you must be thinking. This is definitely the guy. He's a fucking cashier, for crying out loud. Well, I'm just not sure. This guy was probably in his 30s. He seemed extremely grateful for his low-end job and just seemed content with what he had. He didn't strike me as a stalker. But then again, I haven't been back to the store since, so he may still be out there or not there at all. Time will tell. I might have to stop by tomorrow and do a little more investigating. So as I'm making this video now, it's 11 p.m. again, and I'm staring out my hotel window scrolling through Reddit. I'm still dreading the moment I see a car with flashing high beams pulling the parking lot. So I'll probably just be looking out my window all night again. I'll post more updates if necessary. Honestly though, I appreciate all you listening and reading on Reddit. Thank you so much, and I'll keep you updated. Bye for now. I'm reading all your comments, guys, on Reddit, and just so you guys know, I can't get a hold of a gun as easily as most of you think. I live in a state where that shit does not fly, and the best I have right now is pepper spray and a baseball bat. Call me a lunatic, but I left my room to get some fresh air. I couldn't stand being in this small-ass hotel room one more second. I was bugging out like crazy, though. Every person I saw seemed like a threat to me. I started talking with this one guy in the hotel lobby. Says he's been traveling from state on some sort of self-indulged journey across the country. I asked him if he had any experience with stalkers, and he told me they had been receiving anonymous calls a couple years back from some guy. I asked if he'd ever encountered one in his backyard or anything, and he just looked at me funny. I explained to him the situation, and he just wished me the best of luck. Nothing out of the ordinary, but it was nice to have some real human interaction while I was losing my mind. Alright, one of the janitors must be fucking with me. I spent the last 10 minutes searching for my phone, and asked someone outside my room to call it for me, because I could not find it. I listened for the ringing, and it's in the fucking safe. The weird part is the password is not the one they gave me. What the fuck? This is fucking ridiculous. Whoever fucking did this is gonna get torn a new one. I'm going to the manager right now to get this sorted out. I'm demanding a different room. I'm not staying in that same fucking room one more second. The whole staff is in there right now trying to figure out the safe password. Meanwhile, the manager is looking for the janitors who have been in my room to ask what the fuck they were thinking. Fuck this. I'm tired, I'm worried, and now I just lost my fucking phone. Fuck! Our people in the comments on Reddit have been saying it's the garage code, try the garage code on the safe. It's not the garage code, guys, I checked. Even if it was, why would it be, and how would the fucking stalker even get in my hotel room, let alone rewire my safe? Alright, reading more comments on Reddit. Guys, I am not leaving the hotel, okay? I already paid the money to stay here, and I don't have any other place to go that's not 100 miles away. I have no car. I got here in an Uber. And at least here, there's over 100 people staying here. The stalker's not gonna come into a hotel full of people. Okay, now you guys are getting me worried with these comments. I'm sitting in my hotel room all alone with no phone. No way to call an Uber. I got the hotel phone. I could call police through that way, but they're not gonna arrive in time in case someone busts in my hotel room. I'm starting to think one of the janitors got bribed to do this. I now not only have no way of driving away from here, but I have no way on contacting any family, or anyone for that matter, of getting me away from this hotel. I'm gonna wait another 45 minutes, and if they don't open the safe, I'm demanding they call an Uber for me, and I'm driving the hell out of here. Someone just knocked on the door saying the safe is open. I told them all right, and then they asked me to come get it. I asked him if he can just slip it under the door, but he said I need to go get it myself. I told him I would in a couple minutes and that he'd be waiting. I don't know what to do, guys. You're all fucking with my mind in these comments. The man said my phone is in the main lobby if I want it. I'm on my laptop next to the window, and I could have sworn out of the corner of my eye I saw a car flashing its high beams. I don't know if I should hold out till morning or get my phone and get out of here now. Guys, I am not waiting here until 3:24 for this guy to fucking come into my room and jump me. I am packing and getting the fuck out of here. I'll keep you guys posted on mobile when I get my phone back. Alright guys, I'm staying at a friend's place for right now. Just to clarify, when I said not a trace of DNA was found, I meant there was nothing that was found to trace this guy back. Like a glove or fingerprints on the garage keypad. The police did not do a full investigation, obviously. The guy still hasn't been found. My neighbors have told me no one has been back to the house, and my parents are currently staying at my aunt's down south. I got my phone back and there was a missed call from some guy named Nick Sullivan. What's strange is I never put his name in my contacts. I've never met anybody named Nick Sullivan in my life, and I don't know how it was in there. I tried calling it back and it just went straight to voicemail. Creepy shit nonetheless. Maybe I'm just paranoid, I don't know. I'll see if I can make another update tonight, but bye for now. And thank you so much for your support, everyone.